Greetings. I got some excellent advice the other day. A friend of mine who had been watching the videos I post on YouTube said to me that I ought to make more eye contact with you all. And I realized that this was brilliant advice. It hadn't occurred to me that often when I make these videos, my eyes wander as I'm thinking about what I'm going to say as I'm saying it, that I'm not looking directly at you. And so now, I promise to work harder on looking straight at you as I talk to you. I want you to know that that is the kind of politician that I will be if you elect me to the New Jersey legislature. I will listen to what you have to say. I may not always agree with you, but I always hear and consider what you tell me. And I confess that there will be times when you will tell me something that I was wrong about, or you will tell me something that I didn't realize. I'm willing to learn from you, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to know that. I do not know how willing the men I'm running against are to learn from you. I don't think they're willing at all, because they don't appear to be talking about any of the real problems that the state of New Jersey is facing. I'm talking about high property taxes. They don't have any ideas as to how they can guarantee lower property taxes, whereas Don DeZarn, my running mate, and we do. They don't seem to want to talk to you about our struggling education program here in the state of New Jersey. They don't seem to want to talk to you about how Obamacare is destroying our economy and costing jobs. I'm willing to have that conversation with you, and so is Don DeZarn. There are several things I want to discuss with you today. The next thing that I want to discuss with you is the record-breaking violence in the city of Trenton. The other day, a record was broken. 32 murders have now officially been committed in the city of Trenton. Now, how does this affect the 14th district? Well, the answer to that question should be obvious. Right next to Trenton is the town of Hamilton, which is in the 14th district. But let's briefly discuss the fact that Trenton is now suffering record-breaking violence, and how it affects not just Hamilton but the state. What the underlying problem is. Well, as I've discussed in previous videos with you, the city of Trenton is more concerned with their failing city-owned hotel than they are with public safety. And sadly, the county, Mercer County, is more concerned with peaceful marijuana smokers than they are with murderers. And the state government is not willing to acknowledge the fact that it too must acknowledge that their law enforcement priorities are not proper. Their priorities too are invested in throwing people in jail because they smoke marijuana. It doesn't make any sense. We need to leave the people who smoke marijuana alone, and we need to address the fact that there is record-breaking violence in the capital city of New Jersey. We need to deal with the violence. We need to deal with the murders. Where is the state's priorities? Where are the priorities of Mercer County? And as a legislator, if you elect me to the Jersey Assembly, I will make certain that all of my efforts, I will give all the effort that I can to ensure that the state's priorities are straight, as they ought to be. Dealing with numero uno, ladies and gentlemen, and that is public safety, the protection of the citizens, the state of New Jersey. Not people who are relaxing. I think it is utterly disgraceful that in the state of New Jersey, now I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, I want to make a point here. In the state of New Jersey, it's completely legal for me to do this, to pour a drink into this shot glass, and have this drink. It's going to relax me. But if somebody were to consume marijuana to feel relaxed, or to enjoy the medicinal effects of marijuana, I'm not talking mere relaxation, I'm talking about actually preventing seizures, and I'm talking about fighting cancer. Those people are thrown in jail. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Moving on, I want to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, about our very well-being, our economy, our jobs, our finances. There is a major threat to our finances that neither the Republican candidates that I'm running against, and that's Ronald Haas and Steve Cook, nor the Democratic candidates that I'm running against, and that's Wayne D'Angelo and Dan Benson, neither of them are talking about Obamacare and how it is going to cost you a lot of money, especially if you are under 30 and healthy, especially if you are older and receiving Medicare benefits and are expecting to get checkups to make sure that you're not about to get cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, Obamacare is extremely dangerous to our way of life. And if elected to the New Jersey legislature, Don DeZarn and I will fight to have Obamacare nullified. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about just how dangerous Obamacare is. What is Obamacare in a nutshell? I'm going to have another one to make my point. What is Obamacare in a nutshell? Obamacare is a 900-page, it's over 900 pages, the law, and it is accompanied by over 20,000 pages of regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about the fact that the government has 20,000 20,000 pages of regulations telling you what you must do and what you may not do. I will tell you what I think about this. I think it is insulting to the American people. I think it is an insult to New Jersey that New Jersey stands by and lets the federal government boss New Jersey around and subject the citizens of New Jersey to 20,000 pages of regulations that we, the residents of New Jersey, do not have the time to analyze 20,000 pages of regulations and wonder what just might be hidden in those 20,000 pages. This is something that absolutely angers me. As somebody who works all the time, when I'm not working at the grocery store, I'm campaigning. I don't have the time to read 20,000 pages of regulations. I don't even think the richest man in the world, lives in Mexico, has Carlos Slim. I don't even think Carlos Slim has the time to read 20,000 pages of regulations. He would have to pay a large group of people to read all of those regulations, and then for the public to be educated on all those regulations, they would have to have months of televised presentations just so people can get a grasp of the 20,000 pages of regulations. This, to me, again, is an utter insult. I spit in the face of every American, and it is inappropriate, it is unacceptable that the New Jersey legislature would allow the government, the federal government, to impose this on us. That is why I want to nullify Obamacare. But let's talk about the economic repercussions of Obamacare. Obamacare is full of tax increases. And not only on rich people. For example, how much is the average health insurance policy for a family going to cost when the bill is fully implemented in 2016? Well, according to the Congressional Budget Office, $20,000. No problem, says Obamacare. 40% of that $20,000 will be subsidized. How will it be subsidized? It will be subsidized by taxes on those who buy really nice health care plans. Sounds romantic, maybe, at first, but let's be clear. They call the top quality health insurance plans in America, they call them Cadillac plans. Here's the thing. Obamacare is going to tax people who have these Cadillac healthcare plans 40%. 40% of what they're paying on that Cadillac healthcare plan. But that's the money they're depending on to subsidize 40% of your average family health insurance plan. Let me ask you something. If you knew that you were going to have to pay 40% of what you're already going to pay for nice health insurance, what incentive, unless you are Bill Gates, what incentive do you have to go get that really good health insurance plan? I think that Obamacare calls for these outrageously impossible ideas, and I think they're going to cost all of us a lot of money. And I'll tell you also